Hello, I'm Archbishop Christopher Coyne, and this is Coffee with the Archbishop. And joining me today is David Elliott. He's got his coffee, I've got my water, and all that. So
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving coming up. Yeah. Oh, actually, we're going to air this on Thanksgiving Day.
That's right.
So our conversation is going to be firing back at each other about our favorite foods at Thanksgiving, but also A or B.
Right.
Okay, because people have very loud choices about what they want to eat, what they like on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So the first one and the biggest one, white meat or dark meat?
You know, I will actually tell you, I am not the biggest ever fan of turkey.
But you like white stripes.
I do, yeah, as we've established. But I will go white meat because I feel like that works a little better with gravy.
I like the dark.
Okay. What do you like about that?
It has to be, well, it's usually more moist.
Okay.
And it's got more taste. But it's got to be the dark from like the thigh rather than the dark from the drumstick. I think the dark from the drumstick is a little grainy, doesn't as good. And then also there's some pretty good dark meat underneath as you turn the carcass over. There's a bunch that you can get of those things. Those pieces I like a lot.
Do you like to carve it right out yourself? Find that?
Well, I'm the carver.
Oh, you are the carver.
I'm the carver. But I do it like early in the day. The turkey's done usually by about 10. I let it rest for about an hour so it's not too hot. Okay. And I cut it and I put it out in a big platter and then cover it a little bit of gravy in the bottom and then put it off to the side. And then just before we serve, I put it in the oven for a little while, warm up. But it's just like, you're not rushing at the last minute to get it done. And you really got to, if you're going to cut it right, you really got to let it sit because if it's too hot, you can't cut it right.
Yeah.
So because you're trying to not burn your hands and everything else like that. So you like the white meat, but you're not really a turkey person.
Well, it's just I find turkey to be sort of like a bland, dry white meat.
Yeah, that's why you have gravy.
Exactly. Yeah. Smother it in gravy.
Yeah. So when I was in the parish back in Massachusetts, we had a large meeting room and with a large table that was attached to the rectory. So there was actually a breezeway, closed breezeway from the kitchen that we could go right into this thing. So I would host my family and for Thanksgiving, and we did a great job. So, we would, it was usually like 32, depending, like my nieces and nephews would bring boyfriends and girlfriends, and there were just a lot of people. But because my nieces and nephews were all in high school and college, there was never any leftovers.
Right. And leftovers are my favorite part about the Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah.
So, something about eating it the next day.
So we started to do something very Italian. We'd put the foot out on a buffet, but the first thing that would go out would be 2 trays of lasagna.
Yep. Yeah.
And we'd say, go for it.
Yep.
And then hopefully that would fill it. We did that the first year. I said, okay, they filled up. We're going to have all kinds of leftovers. Nope.
Yep.
They're like locusts in high school and college.
That's very much like my family's holidays. We typically lasagne for Thanksgiving and manigot for Christmas.
Now, do you like fall asleep? Do you get like the African American community calls it the itis? I got the itis.
The itis.
I'm going to.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing better than gorging on food and then falling asleep by the fire and like football's on in the background that hopefully it's a game you don't really care about and then you kind of just conk out and then wake up and you make sandwiches.
Okay, now it's your turn. I did dark meat or white meat.
This one I am very, very. This for me is the ultimate. This is very controversial. Cranberry sauce. Do you like it the canned kind where it kind of just slides out of the can and it's cut into slices, or do you like the kind that's more of a jam, more of that paste kind of cranberry sauce?
It depends. At the table, I like the berries usually with some kind of orange rind and all that. So, but when I go to have a turkey sandwich later on, I like with stuffing, a little bit of mayonnaise, stuffing, and the sliced jelly.
You like the slice? Do you like the slice because it adds order to your sandwich? See, really, ultimately, what we're getting at with the cranberry sauce, it's chaos and order. You know what I mean? And I like order.
He's just weird.
I like the order of the slices.
Food, I'm not talking rocket science. Chaos and order.
Yeah.
Oh, chaos.
There's something about the. I'm canned all the way. If I go somewhere and if it's not canned,
you have to have the canned. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's the way it is in my family. I bet you the majority of people prefer the can.
You think so?
Yeah. And I don't know, but I like it either way. I'll eat it. If it's on the table, I don't have any problem. I would say I'm not eating that canned stuff.
No, and needless to say, wherever I am for Thanksgiving, whatever the host serves, I'm incredibly grateful for and thankful for. But if we're talking preferences, for me, it's canned all the way. Plus, I imagine that's easier. I mean, you just kind of open the can, you hold it upside down, and it kind of just slides out. So.
Yeah, like you said, you slice it up.
It's a consistency thing for me. Plus, too, you could like cut it with your fork, and then you get it on there with the turkey. It's a
But it has to be.
thing.
It can't be generic. It has to. We're not going to say the name of the company. It has to be that white labeled canned one.
Yes. Yeah, we're not sponsored.
Because my family too, when I bring it out and I just say, "Oh, look, it's from GI Joe supermarket," they go, "No,
it
doesn't matter. It's the same."
That's heresy. That reminds me of one time that when I was in college, my senior year, for some reason we had this obsession with Oreos, and one time one of my roommates, who doesn't normally do the shopping, went out and he got us Hydrox instead of Oreos, which, by the way, I'm told was actually the original Oreo, Hydrox. But we were so offended. He was basically ostracized from the group for really quite a while.
I'm learning things about you that
I don't know.
Maybe I should get a new interlocutor. I didn't know you hold grudges like that.
Well, have you ever had Hydrox?
Yeah, I love Hydrox. They don't sell them anymore. They don't sell them anymore.
Oh, really?
No, can't get them.
I'm dating myself now saying that. I had Hydrox in college.
Okay. Stuffing. In the bird or out of the bird?
I'm going to go out of the bird on this one, mainly because, I don't like looking at the bird. I know you're the carver, it must. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to see how the sausage is made. I don't want to see how the turkey or the stuffing is made.
I like it out because you can then get a kind of a little bit of crust on top.
That sounds good.
And when you have it in the bird and it's cooking, you'll just get that bit that's sticking out that gets crusty. And I kind of like it, the different textures. But you have a problem with this as a cook. You put stuffing in a bird, you got to make sure it's already kind of warm. You can't put cold stuffing into a bird because it takes forever for it to heat up, and the bird ends up getting overdone. So a lot of times it's just better to have it outside. Although sometimes what I'll do is when I spatchcock the bird, I'm going to leave that for viewers to figure out. I'll put the stuffing in the pan and put the turkey on top of it, and let the juices all get down.
That does sound really good. I imagine flavor-wise. But you know what? I have to be honest. I can't recall a time I've ever had stuffing prepared in the bird.
Yeah.
So maybe my decision is just informed by what I know. But it sounds really good. I imagine it takes on a lot of the essence of the turkey. You know?
It's just not. It's hard to cook it that way.
Yeah. Is that how you do it though? Is that your preference?
Depends how I feel, but I usually now I just spatchcock it. I cut the backbone out and flay it out.
Zach, could you put the definition of spatchcock on there? Okay, very good. Yeah. So,
Your turn.
Are we talking pumpkin pie or apple pie for dessert? Now think about it. Now put yourself just put yourself in that position. You had some lasagna, you had turkey, you had cranberry. You're full. What are you going for? Is it pumpkin?
Lasagna. You're gonna say manicotti too?
Yeah, manicotti. Yeah, I'm half Italian.
I get it. It's manicotti lasagna. So pumpkin, because that's when you eat it. We eat apple pie all year round. You can have apple, but for some reason people only cook pumpkin pie around Thanksgiving.
Must be the nutmeg.
It doesn't work. It's the harvest too. It's the harvest. So and there's different versions of it, and I've had pie offs. When people do their own version and all that. Some have more spice and all that, but it has to be whipped cream. Can't be with ice cream.
I was just going to say whipped cream. Okay, yeah. But if you're doing apple pie, vanilla bean ice cream with that, is that fair?
Yeah, or cheese.
Cheese?
Yeah, cheddar cheese.
I've never had
That's
that.
a big thing. Very English, by the way. To have an apple tort or an apple pie with cheddar cheese.
That sounds very good.
Yeah.
Was it melted on top?
No, it's just cut slices, and you just kind of...
Just like a slice of cheese just placed on top of?
Yep.
What kind of cheese?
Cheddar. I don't know what the big English cheddar is called. I forget the name of it, but it's basically their version of cheddar. But I've done it too, and I like it. So, there's all kinds of different things. We're getting close to the end here, but I'm already getting hungry. But I'll say red wine, white wine. I don't care as long as there's wine on the table.
I feel like for white meat, you got to go. Well, I feel like red wine goes really well with.
Okay. The last one is this, because so we don't run out of time. Thick dressing or gravy, which is thicker, or dressing, which is a sauce. Sauce versus gravy.
I think gravy, like the brown gravy, like the traditional gravy.
It's going to be thick.
Yeah. Is this our first thing that we've agreed on so far?
Yeah. And a lot of other episodes. Finally agreed on something.
Yeah.
It's nice. You got to have it. It's got to stick. It's got to, when you're doing hot turkey sandwiches later on, that gravy just goes great. And
it does.
Do you do giblet gravy or you just do brown gravy? Because I do giblet usually, but not with I don't do the liver too much because that can kind of overtake it.
I've only ever had regular brown gravy. I never had the other. Giblet gravy?
Yeah, that's when you take the stuff that you pull out of the inside of the turkey, before you cook it. By the
Oh,
way,
okay.
always make sure you pull that bag out of the turkey before you cook it. It's,
Have you ever?
the heart? No, I haven't, but I've heard there are horror stories.
Yeah.
The heart, the kidneys, the liver, and then there's the neck bone in there, but the neck bone's used for stock. So,
Okay.
Well,
that sounds like a good Thanksgiving feast that we put together.
and also when we tape on Catholic television, Catholic Mass on Thanksgiving is an hour long, and I'm taping it soon.
Wonderful. So tune into that at
10 o'clock,
yeah.
on Thanksgiving morning.
Nice.
And we're going to have some great music from the cathedral too. So all that.
Wonderful. Beautiful. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving. You've been watching Coffee with the Archbishop. I'm Archbishop Christopher Coyne. God bless.